ध्यानमूलं गुरुमूर्ति पूजामूलं गुरुपदं मन्त्रमूलं गुरुवाक्यं मुख्यमूलं गुरुकृपा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमो तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमो तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमो.
Namaskar. I thank Esha Banerjee and Riddhishri for giving me this opportunity to say something on Manipuri dance. Today, before starting, I offer my humble pranam to my gurus, late Guru Bipin Singh, Srimati Kalabati Devi, Srimati Darshana Jhaveri, the Jhaveri sisters, Oja T.H. Babu Singh, Pandit Kher Chandra Singh, Oja Kumara Maibi, and most important, my mentor and my guide, Maharaj Kumari Binodini Devi. Manipuri dance is a beautiful, lyrical, graceful dance form from the northeast corner of India, from the state of Manipur. The history of Manipuri dance goes back thousands of years. They say, at least this is what we hear, and it is written in the manuscripts of Manipur, that a dance tradition existed, prevailed in this region from very early times. In Manipur, dance is a form of worship, and every occasion is celebrated through dance and music. And dance becomes the medium or the form of worship. So before Vaishnavism came to Manipur, the people in Manipur worshipped ancestors, ancestor spirits, nature, the wind, the sun, the earth, the sky, and through dance they worshipped the gods. Every area in Manipur had a temple dedicated to their god, known as Umanglai, or the village gods. Now this tradition was celebrated in the festival of Lai Harauba, and even today Lai Harauba festival is held every year in Manipur in the month of May. In 1779, the first Ras Leela was offered to Sri Sri Govindaji. In the 18th century, Raja Bhagya Chandra of Manipur became Vaishnava, and he dedicated a temple to Lord Krishna, Sri Sri Govindaji. And the first Ras Leela was performed as worship in 1779 and dedicated to Lord Krishna. And with this beginning of the Ras Leela started the Vaishnavite tradition of Ras Leela and Sankirtana, for which Manipuri dance is very famous for. So here in Manipur, even today, we have two traditions existing side by side. One is the Lai Harauba tradition, which has the dances of the Maibis or the priestesses, and you have the Ras Leela and the Sankirtana tradition, which is the dance of Lord Krishna, Radha and the Gopis. The Manipuri dance technique is very lyrical. It's very graceful. Each movement merges into the other like the waves of the sea. And there is distinct Tandava and Lasya traditions. In the Ras Leela you will find that Krishna dances in Tandava style, soft Tandava, graceful Tandava, but Tandava. And in the Gopis and Srimati Radhika, they dance in the Lasya, the soft, the graceful, the lyrical style. So whether it is a Tandava or the Lasya, the style is very, very graceful. The Abhinaya in Manipuri dance is very subtle and it is very subdued and eloquent. The dancer in Manipur expresses the Abhinaya through the whole body. It's not just the eyes or it's not just through a certain part of the body. It is through the whole body that the expression is, or the Abhinaya is expressed. The Abhinaya in Manipur, in the Ras Leela, in the classical dance that we see today, has originated from the Anvay rule, or the dance of creation from the Laiharaba. In this Anvay rule, in the dances of creation, you have 364 hand gestures, and these hand gestures became stylized in the Ras Leela tradition. I started my training in Manipuri dance at a very young age, when I was just 12 years old, under Guru Bipin Singh, Srimati Kalavati Devi and Srimati Darshana Jhaveri and the Jhaveri sisters. My training was very strict. Guruji was a very strict taskmaster and I could not miss a single day of practice. When I was 17 years old, I started going to his ashram and I left a year of academics to pursue and perfect this dance form. There were no Sundays, there was no holidays. I would be at his ashram from 8 a.m. till evening 7 p.m. It was practice, practice, practice. Sometimes we would get very upset and want Guruji to teach us a new piece, but no, it was whatever he said we had to do, and we had to keep practicing one item or one piece again and again and again till he was satisfied. And he was very rarely satisfied. But this pursuing and never giving up is what made us what we are today. Especially it has made me what I am today. The more you practice, the more your talent is honed, the more your perfection comes into your movements. And it is very important for us to keep up this practice, because the physical body, when you don't do enough rehearsals, it loses its, not only it loses its the grace, but it also loses shape. So to keep in shape, you have to also practice very regularly. Dance, performing arts, is a visual art form. You have to look fit, you have to look, presentable. Not in your movements, but also in your personality. The personality is developed through dance. Our dance training was holistic. It was a total. It not just trained you to be a good dancer, but it trained you to be a good human being. And in order to become a good dancer, you have to have the passion. You have to love your dance. And once you love your dance and have the passion, automatically you will see that your dance is transformed, your personality is transformed, your presentation is transformed, and your fitness is transformed. So passion is a very important ingredient to become a successful performer. I never knew that what will become of me, whether I will become a successful dancer or not. I had no idea. I remember when I was 17 years old, and one day Guruji came to my house. Guruji used to come home to teach me. He said that from tomorrow, Preeti, I will not come home. If you are interested, you come to our ashram. And that is when I left a year of academics and went to his ashram to learn. Now, there were many, as I was trained in the Guru Shishya Parampara, and therefore it was a holistic training, as I said, because I trained in Manipur, I trained in Kolkata, and I trained in Mumbai. It was not just about dance, about moving your hands. It was your internal purification, internal training. And he taught us some very important values which till today I will never forget. First, an artist has to be very humble. The moment you get proud is when you will fail. You have to be humble and always tell yourself that I'm still a student. I tell myself I'm still a student and I have a lot to learn. That humility has to be in every artist. And also you have to learn, we were taught to adapt to any situation. And that was the biggest training of my life, because life is not a bed of roses. You have ups and downs, and you are going to have a lot of challenges, like the challenges we are facing today, right now, of the coronavirus. And therefore, how to overcome and how to adapt and how to deal with the challenges. I remember that when I was training and I joined the group of Manipuri Ratnala and Jhaveri sisters to tour not just India but even abroad, everywhere. It was really a training experience. I remember that we had gone to Festival of India in France, and we were staying at a 5-star hotel, and we were traveling by flights, and it was a 5-star tour. But the moment we landed in Bombay, straight from the airport, we went to the Churchgate station and had to get onto a train without any reservation in the 3rd tier, a sleeper, and go to Trivandrum for a show and stay in a dharamshala there. So you see, from 5-star to a 3-tier sleeper train, it didn't matter. It didn't matter at all. We adapted to every situation. We learned to adapt to every situation. So today, if there are any obstacles in my life or if there are any challenges, I can adapt. I've learned to adapt. Because as I said, it's a very unpredictable life. Life is full of challenges and we must know how to deal with every challenge. To all the young dancers today and students, I would like to, give you one message, that whatever you do in life, you do it well. Have passion for it. You want to do science, have passion for it. You want to do dance, have passion for it. You want to be a sports person, have passion for it. That passion is going to make you a winner, because that passion is going to make you want, half your battle is won with that passion. So that because that will make you want to practice, which is the most essential thing for a dancer, or even for a person who's studying medicine or a sports person. Nothing but practice. So please do not give up or compromise on your practice. And for all dancers, it's a very, very it's a very open field. This dance area is waiting, the dance field is waiting for dancers to come and learn dance. There are very few Manipuri dancers, and therefore there is so much scope for any dancer who wants to learn Manipuri. All the dancers today, whatever it is, whether it is film industry or music industry, but performing arts will always survive. Our Natya Shastra says about the beauty and the magic of performing arts. The live performing arts is something magical, which no medium of art can compare to. And therefore, I feel that all dancers, if you can, please pursue to keep this tradition alive and to keep this passion alive. Pursue any style that you want. And of course, as a Manipuri dancer, I would really want more and more students to start learning Manipuri because it's a very beautiful and graceful form. Thank you, Isha, for giving me this opportunity. Namaskar.